What is up, guys? This is Kobe here, and I have a bit of an announcement video for Maple in general today, because around 1 a.m. my time, which is pretty much 14 hours before I started recording this website dropped. And basically what this website is that it is going to be showcasing the teaser of the winter patch for KMS for 2020, going on to 2021, of course. Now, if you look at the webpage URL, it says promotion event, shows the year, shows the date, and it says Neo teaser. This is very likely that the winter update is going to be called Neo. It only makes sense because of how the Grandis acronym has been being followed, since the Glory patch. We had Glory for G, we had Rise for R, we had Awake for A, and now we'll have Neo for N. So later on, the updates will be named DIS. I say will, but that's still sort of just speculation at the time. I never really wanted to believe that these updates would have a Grandis acronym by the end of it, but if this update is really going to be called Neo, then I might as well just start believing it, But it's pretty good stuff. And then the time that it's going to be aired will be 2020 on December 10th, 2020 at 4 p.m. KST. So for me, that would be 1 a.m. pretty much 7 days exactly after they publish this website. It would be 1 a.m. US Central Time. Eastern Time would be like 2 a.m. It would be 11 p.m. for those on the West Coast. There's just all that stuff going on. For other time zones, I'll post whatever known time zones there are in the description. And if you're familiar with one of those, you can, if your time zones are not in the description, you can just, copy paste something that you're familiar with, and then maybe, or just type what is 4 p.m. KST in your time zone. It's a lot easier to do it that way. So, anyway, here's a little teaser they dropped. It is an 11-second little bit. Obviously these don't really show much, but just a cute little 11-second video that they wanted to add, showing the date and everything, and of course the replay, so I'll pause that. So that's it for that. We've got no more information over that, but instead I'm going to talk about something else, something pretty big that just dropped in the test server today. KMST has been released for another operation period, and this time it's going to be from December 3rd to December 9th. The amount of content they added into it, well, they didn't really add any content to the game, but it's really more of something that's even bigger than that. They're trying to transition MapleStory to be 64-bit, and I'll explain more about that right now. So here's the scuffed Google translation of the page. So for the 64-bit client, they're saying that, okay, we're going to be putting this into the test phase for a little bit of time. They're not going to try to release it as soon as they possibly can, which would technically be for the first winter update on December 17th. They're more so going to try to postpone that until, sometime within the first half of 2021. Because, of course, this isn't exactly like a little thing. This is going to need a lot of testing, a lot of stuff going on and whatnot. It kind of reminds me of the Black Patch from when they released the 1080p res, which apparently is still in beta after 2 years, by the way. But I heard because if they don't improve on like something, then it'll probably never get out of beta. But really, the resolution doesn't really look all that bad. The main problem with it is just that things never really scaled to it. Like boss cutscenes going in or phasing the boss every time for bosses like Damien and Onward. There's skills like Will Screen Crack. That also don't really scale with the resolution. It still scales with the 768 res, just stuff like that. So I'm not really sure when they're gonna touch up on that to fix up that res, but I guess before they do that, they do want to try and get this 64-bit client through the testing phase and out on official KMS sometime within the next 6 months, apparently. So what this means for the game is that it's going to be improvement for just it's gonna add more room for more content to come, more crazy content that might actually require those who do have potato PCs to be able to actually upgrade in order to play this game in the future, which could be a bit rough. Who knows what they're gonna try to do with Grandis? Maybe the 64-bit, maybe Dark Warriors is gonna be some ridiculous boss fight that's just gonna crush every potato PC, and that's just really just the way it is. But really, there's a lot of like little details that do help out a lot. Like the game loads almost 3 times as fast. You know, logging into the game and starting it from game launcher and whatnot. You'll load into certain bosses fast. Like I know you'll load into Ursus fast. There is a bit of like a video in the description that I'll show, or 2 videos actually. One of them is Malgame's video showcasing the difference between a 64-bit client and a 32-bit client. And then the other one is a showcase of as many people as possible fighting a dummy in Road of Vanishing with all of the flashy 5th job skills. And then you'll be able to see that this person is not lagging at all. Because even with like the toughest PCs, and if there was a room with a lot of people trying to spam their 5th job skills and whatnot, they would still have time, or they would still have trouble trying to handle that. And for really anything else, you know, it crashes a lot. On just like, you know, slow PCs and whatnot. It also adds more room for memory, so you won't really memory leak as often. Certain things like the smithing tab, when you click on the smithing tab, it usually lags a lot. It's not gonna lag anymore. There's overall just a nice amount of things that having a 64-bit client will do for the game, and just you know, make the game a lot more smoother. Hopefully it means that I will be crashing less. Hopefully they'll finally fix the bug where changing channels too much will cause you to crash, you know, like I have every now and then. But hey, it's still Maple at the end of the day. I don't think the 64-bit client is going to make the game perfect and solve all of the issues, but it's going to help out. Most certainly. It most certainly will. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And that's it for today's video. There's really nothing else to talk about now. Again, 64-bit client showcases in the description down below. I'm not going to show those here. As far as video updates go, I am kind of just strolling to 220 right now before I start recording any roads in game, because I don't really think what I'm going through right now outside of Maple is a good time to just be trying to record too much in, which is why I'm recording this, because it's a really quick upload. So maybe I'll start getting back to those videos towards the later this month, around the time the winter update drops. And then as far as streaming the update next week goes, I'm not going to stream it because I don't really trust my internet this time around. I trusted it for the Awake patch. It went alright. I know there was some things here and there with my PC kind of acting up a little bit, and I was dropping a few frames. I don't really want to take that risk. I don't want to have a lot of people, you know, watching my stream just for it to crash mid like showcase. I think that would be a very, very awful predicament for me, and I don't know how much I could take of that. So I'll just be chilling on the sidelines. I'll be awake for it. If there's anything I feel like I want to upload right away, I will upload right away. So expect some uploads next week, meaning you probably won't see any more uploads for me for the next week. And I'm sure you guys are used to that anyway. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching my video. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all next week for the winter patch.